friends, I'm Nora and I have Cushing's disease and polycystic ovarian syndrome. For those of you that are new here, this channel is all about how to get diagnosed, how to live with it, and if you have Cushing's, PCOS, any chronic illness, or a caretaker for someone, hopefully this is a channel for you. This video is going to be all about how I tested for Cushing's for my reoccurrence, what worked for me and what didn't, because I think it's really helpful, especially for other people who are in a reoccurrence right now. I feel like a lot of people who found me my first time around were on a similar cycle, and a lot of people that I went through it with the first time around are telling me they're also in reoccurrences. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry, my friends. But for those of you still struggling to get the official diagnosis of a reoccurrence, this is what worked for me. So I'm going to start with urines because that's where I was the most successful. I would do urines every single Friday, and I would drop them off every Saturday, so once a week. With that, I did 5 urine tests, and 3 of the 5 came back high, which is a pretty good ratio. So doing it weekly was really helpful for me. I also seem to be having like smaller cycles this time around, but I still think that that's really helpful. Because I was doing urines every single week and that was working out, I also started with saliva tests once a week. So every Tuesday I would do salivas, every Friday I would do urines, and that wasn't working for me because 4 weeks would go by and like none of my salivas would be high. So it seems like my salivas were kind of showcasing it towards the end of the week. I mean, my cortisol was maybe getting higher at the end of the week. I was still trying to like figure out my cycle. So then I moved to 2 a week. So I would do like a saliva on Monday, a saliva on Thursday, and then I would do the urine on Friday, or on Saturday of that week if I had to, but LabCorp is closed on Sundays, which is the only reason that that becomes an issue, so I didn't want to wreck that, so I would kind of mix it up. Or I could do like Monday is saliva, Wednesday is urine, drop it off Thursday morning, and then Saturday is saliva. So you kind of get the idea. Like I started to do 2 salivas a week, 1 urine. About like 1 week into this, I got my 3rd high confirmation for urine, so I didn't need to. My doctor was like, you don't need to do any more of that. Let's just do salivas. So then I started to do 2 a week, and that's when salivas really started to work for me. I got my first high in the first one, and then we decided to like be really quick about it, honestly, because we wanted to go on ketoconazole, but I had only had 1 saliva, and before we made the decision to go on ketoconazole, I hadn't had any saliva, so I was waiting for the results to come back, if that makes sense. So I did 4 in 1 week, and that's how I caught my 2nd high saliva, the largest high saliva I've ever had, the 0.821 saliva. Yeah, so that's how it worked for me. So I would recommend, if you're looking into testing, I would ask for, like, let's say I'm starting out, for 8 salivas and 4 urines, and that's 4 weeks of testing. 2 salivas a week, 1 urine a week. It's kind of what I'm always suggesting to people. Anyway, I just started out on kind of like a slower schedule, and I wish I hadn't. I think it's better to just start out on the quicker schedule. So 2 salivas a week, so then and 1 urine a week, and hopefully you'll be able to get your results within 3 months. You should have most cycles are within the time period. Of course, with cyclical Cushing's, like if you're really cyclical, like I can't promise that that's going to work because you might have yearly cycles or cycles every 6 months, etc. But for most people, the cycles aren't that long, so you should be able to catch it in a 3-month period doing these steps. And you should catch at least 1 high a month. Honestly, hopefully it would work. At least, like, if you catch at least 1, that should be enough to keep going. At least it was for my doctors. But I did catch 3 high urines within the 2-month period and 2 high salivas. So that's my testing this time around. I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, comment below. And if you like what you're hearing, please subscribe.